Hi, Donna Schwartz here. In this video I want to talk to you about how to produce your first sound on a woodwind mouthpiece. That could be a clarinet mouthpiece, tenor sax, or alto sax mouthpiece. The principles are basically the same. You have a wooden reed attached to the mouthpiece by a ligature. The wooden reed has to be wet enough so that it can vibrate, and the vibration essentially produces the sound. When you deal with brass instruments, the lips have to be able to vibrate and air has to pass through in order to produce the sound. Same concept here. Okay, so the reed, the vibrating reed, helps to produce the sound. Now, of course, you're attempting this after you've placed the reed on the mouthpiece perfectly. It has to be perfect. If the reed is not aligned properly top to bottom and left to right, you're going to squawk, and you may not even get a sound at all. Okay, so your reed is on perfectly. You have your ligature, it's nice and snug onto the reed. So the first thing you want to do, just look at your mouthpiece from a side view. You notice that the reed and the mouthpiece, there's a little bit of a separation first, right over here, and then the reed and the mouthpiece meet. Where the reed and the mouthpiece meet, that's where your bottom lip is going to be placed on the reed. The whole concept is your bottom lip comes up like a bar to the reed to help it start the vibration. It's got to come up at a point where the reed meets the mouthpiece. If you have your bottom lip coming up to the reed at the tip of the reed, it's going to stop the reed from vibrating, because if you try that just right now, just be very careful. You really don't want to ever touch the tip of the reed. But if you push up, you're going to see that the reed is going to totally close off that hole between the mouthpiece and the reed, and you're not going to get any sound. So that's a typical mistake that beginners make. They don't take enough mouthpiece in their mouth, and they push up into the reed very close to the tip, and the sound just stops. Nothing can get through. No air, no vibrating reed, nothing. So you just want to take a look at your mouthpiece from the side and see again where the reed and the mouthpiece touch, and then where they do, that's where your bottom lip's going to be. On a tenor sax, you're talking a 1/2 inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch. Depends on the mouthpiece. Alto sax, a 1/3 of an inch to a 1/2 inch. Excuse me. For a clarinet, it could be a 1/4 to a 1/3 of an inch on that mouthpiece. Okay, so that's the first thing that you want to be aware of. Your bottom lip has to come up, and it has to push up into the reed equally like a bar so that the reed can vibrate. Okay, so your top teeth are going to rest on the top of the mouthpiece. Your top teeth are kind of like an anchor. I know that's weird. We're used to the bottom teeth being that, but it's not the case here. The top teeth are going to be an anchor, and since this is a tenor sax mouthpiece, I'm taking in about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So my top teeth go on. My bottom lip is going to go slightly, the key word is slightly, over my bottom teeth, as if I'm thinking the letter F. Try that, F. You notice your bottom lip curls very slightly over your bottom teeth. Or think of the letter X, X, and just have your bottom lip curl over a little bit. I like both letters. I like the F for the bottom lip going over. I like the X because it makes me think of my bottom lip coming up like a bar touching that reed. Okay, so my top teeth are on. My bottom lip as if I'm saying F or X. Now, here's the other thing. If you're playing a saxophone, your mouthpiece is going to come in at an angle that the instrument would. So it's going to be not necessarily straight, maybe just a pinch of a downward angle, like that. If you're playing a clarinet, however, this is important. Your mouthpiece is going to come in almost at a 45-degree angle. Not straight up and down. Some people do play that way, but I find that really constricts the reed. So for clarinet, it's at a 45-degree angle. For the saxophones, it's just a pinch of a downward angle, because that's going to match the angle that the instrument's coming into you. It's really important to match that angle. To get my first tone, I'm going to start with either the tip of my tongue or the front of my tongue on the tip of the reed, and as if I'm saying the word "tu," that's going to release the air. The air, along with the pressure on the reed, is going to make my first sound. So here's the whole process. Top teeth on, bottom lip as if I'm saying F or X. Tongue in position. I take a deep breath. I suck in air from the outside, from the corners of my mouth, and then I blow thinking 2. Let me see if I can get a better angle for you to see. Top teeth on, bottom lip, F or X, tongue. I breathe, I blow out thinking 2, and I keep my stomach out as I'm blowing out. If you want to get an actual pitch, you can go to the piano, and for the tenor sax, it's going to be a G on the piano. For an alto sax, it's going to be an A, 1 note higher. Once you get comfortable getting that first sound, then what you want to do is start working on articulations, and that I will cover in my next video. So again, recap. You want to first look at the mouthpiece, see where the reed and the mouthpiece actually line up and touch. That's where your bottom lip will be. That's where your bottom lip will apply equal pressure, like a bar coming up to the reed. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing is your top teeth are going to be on the top, resting there, like an anchor. Not totally biting down, just like an anchor. And again, for a tenor sax, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Alto, 1/3 to 1/2 inch. Clarinet, maybe 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, depending on the type of mouthpiece you have too. And then, just put in your mouth, think F or X. You take a deep breath, and you have your tongue at the tip of the reed, whether it's the front of your tongue or the tip. That part of your tongue's at the tip of the reed. It releases the air as if you're saying, "Too," and you just blow. The tenor sax embouchure is going to be a little looser than the alto or even the clarinet embouchure. For the clarinet embouchure, you want to think a really, really firm chin, incredibly firm chin, almost like I call it a lemon face. Think about biting into a lemon. Think of the face you make. That firm chin is so important. Your chin, you're thinking of your chin pointing down while your lip is kind of going up. But it's not that firm for the alto or the tenor sax. So one more time, I set up, I breathe. Please keep in mind, try to start each pitch with your tongue. Some clarinet players, can get away with doing a breath attack. Breath attack means you don't start with your tongue, you just blow. And that's certainly fine in some situations, but in the very beginning, get used to articulating, because you need to have all your tools in your arsenal, and articulation is really, really important for any instrument. Okay, so on that note, we're going to end this video. If you like this video, check out my website, www.donnaschwartzmusic.com. I have a whole bunch of other helpful videos on there, and I have a membership site with video lessons starting you from your very first note and going on up from there. Okay, so on that note, take care, have a great day.